Welcome back. It's Sports This Morning on Channels Television, broadcasting live from our Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Just to let you know that it's about time to get you involved. Yes, you can be part of the show, guys. You know,
right. Definitely.
So much to talk about. We're taking a look at the Final 8 in Nigeria. We're also taking a look at preparations for the African Games. We're also talking Federation Cup. We're talking about the Dream Team, Action Part 2 of the sports. You can follow us on Twitter. We're channels_sports. And on Facebook, we're channels-sports. We've been getting email messages. Keep them coming. It's Sports This Morning at channelstv.com. Okay, let's get back to the discussion now. It's time to take a look at what the papers are saying. Of course, so much to talk about. We told you Chinasia Ibonye will be joining us, the sports analyst with City FM. He loves talking sports, and that's why we brought Chinasia. Chinasia, good to have you on the show.
Fantastic to be with all you guys here.
I know Chinasia used to do it alone with Cecilia on Tuesdays. Now you got to do it on a Thursday.
Yeah, I do it.
So you'll be getting different passes now. Let's say you finish. That's it. So you're the top striker. Chinasia, let's begin with the complete sport. And I love what Coach Emmanuel Amunike is saying. We're defending champions of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. And he's saying, the NFF is saying, no pressure on Amunike to win Under-17 World Cup. I think the attention should be on talent discovery and development.
You know, Austin, I've been on this with Cecilia previously on the show. The last time we spoke to Emmanuel Amunike, where we talked about the fact that Under-17 World Cup shouldn't be all about winning. That has been our problem, you know, for a very long time. We just want to go out and win. And after that, what happens? What next? How many players have we developed from the Under-17?
We're still the most successful team.
Yeah, definitely. On paper, we've won 4.
The Under-20?
We've won 4. And do you know why? By Under-20, when they get to the Under-20 level, most of these players, the Europeans, are already mingling with the first team in their various clubs in Europe. They are beginning to get mature. You know, so if you can remember, Ronaldo de Lima became the World Footballer of the Year when he was 19. Yes. You know, he won it back-to-back. So definitely, we need to start knowing that Under-17 tournament is for development. Whether we go out and we crash out in the first round, hey, nobody really, we don't really care. If I remember Guavon's team in 2003, where they had Mikel and the rest of them, they didn't really do well, but we still had some players that came out from that team and they're still serving us in the national team. You know, so I definitely believe that the Under-17 should not be all about winning trophies. We don't need it. We actually want to win the World Cup, the major World Cup.
That's the main thing.
The Argentine coach for the Under-20 sides, Jose Peckerman, he was in charge for about 3-4 Argentine teams. And if you look at the Argentine team right now, the likes of Aguero, Messi, Di Maria, all of them passed through the age grade competitions, and this is what is happening for them in the national team. At least they have a successful side. So I believe, I totally agree on this. No pressure whatsoever. Go out there, have fun. And
considering the fact that most of our Under-17 victories have come in Asia, but now we're going to South America.
Like I said,
I have a point to prove.
I don't care about winning. I just want to see a good team that will get into the next level, you know, Under-20, Under-23, and the national side. That's all I want. Tony Cruz, Mario Götze, come on.
Players as James
David De Gea, he was here. Neymar also was here in Nigeria.
Yes, Coutinho was here. I remember watching them at the Tesla Balogun Stadium. Coutinho and Neymar were playing when they played Japan in their first match. They were all in Lagos. And look at them now. Come on.
I remember their mothers actually coming with them and all that. Everything, you know, babies.
They were coming for
another Switzerland. They ensured that all the players that were coming in, their parents actually came with them because they were so young. There was a 16-year-old second player right now.
Well, in that Swiss team, I think Ricardo Rodriguez, he plays for Wolfsburg now. He's a fantastic. He was their left back, the guy that packed his hair and everything. He still does that. Fantastic player for Wolfsburg. One of the top left backs in the world. So it just shows you what
the progression.
The progression.
You see, and Belgium, they were quiet for a while. Everyone said Belgium not doing anything. They were busy with the age grade. And then at the last World Cup, we started hearing of the stars.
Everyone.
Talking about Belgium, if you remember when we beat Belgium in the semi-finals, if I can remember, of the 2008 Olympics.
Yes.
Go and look at that Belgium and see how many of them have gotten into the national team and how many of them are world beaters right now.
Chinasia, guys, don't feel so bad. We're changing it with the channel's national teams.
Definitely.
Changing it with the channel's national teams. Because we are already catching them young and we're doing that monitoring. So very soon, this problem of age cheats, hopefully, Hopefully.
Okay, complete squad. We'll still stick with that one. There's this big one, best player in Europe race. You have Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez up for UEFA award. Is your money on Chinasea?
Yeah, my money will be on Messi. I actually wanted, I thought that this guy would have been on the list, but unfortunately you can only have three and you cannot afford these three. I'm talking about Neymar. But he wasn't even fourth. Fourth place went to Buffon. This particular one. So Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez. Ronaldo started the season fantastic, in a very fantastic way. Scored by December already had over 30 goals. And he sort of tailed off at the end of the season. But Messi, the fact that Barcelona won everything, he was instrumental, getting goals left, right, and center. Suarez, after his difficult year, 2014 World Cup, being banned for not starting the season with Barcelona, I think going ahead to be a key part of what they achieved. I think three of them are deservedly there, but I think it will go to Messi this time around. It's the best player in Europe, so it will go to Messi.
Okay, we'll look at Soccer Star now. That's the next paper on queue. And Man United, Chelsea are targeting, Gonzalo Higuain, £66 million. Gonzalo Higuain? Okay, Chinasea, it's up to you.
It's all about, when you say £66 million, you have to factor in his release clause. And also his total package, talking about wages and everything. But I actually do not think Manchester United, Chelsea would go for Gonzalo Higuain right now, because Chelsea, yes, they might need a striker. Man United might also need a striker, but Van Gaal, let me start with United. Van Gaal, we know the kind of coach he is. He doesn't really...
He doesn't like the fine boy kind of play.
Not that. He doesn't like being second guessed. He doesn't like being second guessed. You think you know what Van Gaal wants to do, he will switch it up on you. Mourinho too is very, very... we can't predict both of them. So it might happen, but I think this is a very long shot, either of them getting Gonzalo Higuain.
All right, let's look at the sports day, and there's an interesting one there. Talking about Alampasu back in Siasia's under-23 team. Well, for me, it's not really a case of... We know his exploits. I mean, we've seen quite of interesting things that he can do. But, what's your thought? Alampasu back in Siasia's under-23 team.
Like you said, we know his exploits. We saw what he did at the World Cup and everything. And he wasn't really... I don't know why maybe he lost favor with the coach.
He wasn't really with the particular club at the particular
on the 20 side, he didn't really, he wasn't the number one choice after we thought he would carry on from his exploits at the World Cup. But we saw him, we've seen what he's capable of doing. And maybe Siasi has also seen that and believes that this young man still has a lot to offer. He's quite young, has a lot to offer the national team. And Siasi has gone ahead to pick him. So I'm not surprised at all, because I think he's quite a very good goalkeeper.
I've got a funny one here in Soccer. I mean, Raphael, okay, says
no, Austin, you know the let's go back a little bit. I think it's Giovanni Elba, I can't remember, one of the Brazilians way back that played under Van Gaal, came out to say some years ago that Van Gaal is the Hitler of Brazilians, that he doesn't like, he doesn't really like Brazilians, And when you see Raphael come out to say something like this, you now begin to say, is it true that there's something about Brazilians that he doesn't like? Because he came into United, Anderson is gone, Raphael is gone. The Brazilian they have now is Pereira, who is still young. But aside that, I do not understand why. But we are not the coach here. But from what I had seen, I still cannot understand why Rafael couldn't get in the team ahead of an Antonio Valencia, who is not naturally a defender, who is not defensively aware most times, and he loses positioning, which makes players running behind him a lot of times. But we can never tell. We can never know what happened in the dressing room. And Rafael has come out to say this. He feels he wasn't liked by...
I remember that incident when Liverpool actually really, really beat Man U. And when he was walking off the pitch, it had his head bowed down, the shirt was actually covering his face. So there's just this emotion and attachment.
Raphael,
he's one of those players who loved, passionate about it. He loved United so much. So when he left, so I was surprised. I was shocked actually when I saw the move, like, is it going to happen? And later it happened. I mean, maybe Van Gaal is actually trying to build his own team. The players
Van Gaal has just 3 years.
He has just 3 years to take them back.
So
probably the Champions League as well.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
That's it for the papers. Thanks so much, Chinasea, but you're going to stay here with us. And before we go out of this, because it came up during the newspaper review, this tweet from Bolarinwa, it says, we cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. The Channel's National Kids Cup is commendable.
All right.
Thank you
so much.
Changing it. So that's it. Thank you so much, Bolariwa, for sending us that. So we can move from here.
Yeah, we can move from here, talking about the All Africa Games. That's the camp of the national under-23 team. Coach Samson Siasa has decided to call some 31 players, in preparation for that. Interesting names. I mean, some of the big boys, quote unquote, in that. You talk about the likes of Kingsley Sokari, you talk about the likes of Etebo Genekaro, you talk about the likes of Taiwa Woni, with a mixed blend of some players from the local league, the domestic league. So what does this portend for you?
It shows you its intention going into the All Africa Games. Like I'm sure if you ask an average Nigerian when the last time we won the football gold at the All Africa Games, you will take a while to get an answer, because it's not something that comes off the top of your head, because you can't remember. It's been a while. So I think Samson Siasa wants to go there and make a statement. Also, not forgetting the fact that he has to build his team and he has to develop a sort of chemistry between that team, because they'll be going to play the 8-nation tournament that will serve as the qualifiers for the Olympics. So I think Samson Siasa is trying to get everything together, get the core of his team, use the All Africa Games sort of as a little bit of a training ground, and after that, move on to go to the 8-nation tournament and the Olympics. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Good quality, good squad, and we might even see some additions after that. Yeah, we might see
Interesting.
Okay, we talk Federation Cup right now, of course. Enugu Rangers. I mean, that's a team who, I mean, I'm just looking, I'm happy for the fans, actually. When you're actually supporting the club for a very long time, and for 31 years, I mean, you've not even seen a mug, and so you're like, there's just this excitement that will go. And look at what happened yesterday, the games from the Federation Cup, the quarterfinal result, Lobby Stars and BJ Foundation, of course, unfortunately, well, let me say, the fairy tale story is actually over. 2-1 it ended in favor of Lobby Stars. So Lobby Stars again are through to the semi-finals. Academy Warriors and Enugu Rangers, of course, it was just a whitewash, and they ensured that they just had to pick that one, because they know the top 4 is going to be difficult. So they had to take a look at the Federation Cup for a chance at a title. Nasarawa United and Ifeanyi, well, firepower, too many coaches. Okay, I won't say that because they've not resumed yet. Okay, too many coaches. But at the end of the day, I think they will definitely leave this season without
really was a shocker for me.
Yes. Aqua United and Tenando Feeders, where these actually went into penalties, and of course it ended 4-3. And Lobby Stars and Rangers and Nasarawa United and Aqua United. Now this is a big game. Lobby Stars and Rangers.
I should be excited with Aqua United.
Okay, all right. I'm excited about Sunshine Stars, but they're not there.
Okay, your Sunshine Stars. Now this is what you've got. Now if you look at a particular era, for Enugu Rangers, okay, we're looking at Lobby Stars' history now. At that particular time when it was just normal FA Cup era, you have them, they were champions in 2003, then runner-up in 2005. And Federation Cup era, I mean, runner-up in 2012 and semi-finalist in 2013. So quarter-finalist in also 2014. So if you also look at Enugu Rangers, I think they happen to be the most successful team. Now, if they get to win it again now, maybe they would have joined clubs like Eyimba, 6 times, and they were champions when it was actually Challenge Cup era. How many of you were born at that time? Okay, if you look at the statistics, I don't know. Okay. But if you look at the stats, it was in 1976, 77, 81, and 83. So that's the Challenge Cup era. So, and then the other FA Cup era, they run up in 2000, 2004, and 2007. And since that time, just imagine the last time they won was in 1983. So it's definitely Federation Cup era started in 2009. They haven't won it. So for them, they know. Okay,
finally you get to put something for Aqua United.
I didn't
semi-finalist in 2013, and then hopefully finalist in 2015.
I'm not forgetting Nasarawa United. Yes, they haven't won. They haven't really gone far, and so I will say they are the underdogs.
And it's football, where
and when you're being tagged as the underdogs, that's enough motivation for you to go all the way.
Definitely. Well, I don't know why I'm leaning towards Lobby Stars.
Okay.
So a lot of people might not like this because it might not be a popular opinion, but I don't know. I think this Lobby Stars team, they sort of have a chip on their shoulder. They've been close to it in the last couple of years, and they might just want to go one step ahead and try and win this. For Enugu Rangers, the hunger is there. come on, 31 years, they haven't touched this trophy. They've been in the finals. The last time they were in the finals was in 2007 rather. 2007. So I think that match will be key. Lobby Stars versus Rangers. Personally, I think anybody that gets to win that match would go ahead and win the cup. And I'm thinking Aqua United will beat Nasarawa United in the other semi-finals. And it will be.
I just want to be sure you're not scared because I'm sitting.
Okay, tell me, what was the final?
My final, I'm looking at Lobby Stars Aqua United.
Lobby Stars Aqua United.
Nasarawa United, Rangers.
Thank you.
It should because it's far away.
Thank you. So let's go wait for that. Okay, looking at basketball now. Before that, we're going to go for another break. And, of course, we'll just be looking at some games that have been played so far. And you're going to be looking at the fact that Caterpillars might just be the team to beat because they're likely to retain that trophy again.